Southeast Missouri head coach Tom Matukewicz. His team's coming off a 35-31 win at Nichols. This week they host Robert Morris. Coach, some thoughts on your team, and then we will go to some questions.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Just felt like I should come to you as my alternative ego, as Tukalicious, as my wife likes to refer to me in the private. Excited about the road win. Probably more than anything is just how we handled two rough road trips, 85 degrees, a lot of things there that could have happened, but I thought our team did a really good job. At the end of the day, kind of how we won was also good. Just a late fourth quarter win that built a lot of confidence and belief in this team as we continue on this championship hunt.
Okay, Coach, we'll go to some questions. Tom, do you have any questions first?
Yes. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Or Tukalicious, I should say.
Yes. I appreciate you joining in the fun. That's how you win the game of life. He who has the most fun wins the game of life.
That's true. That's a good point. Coach, you mentioned the offensive line after Saturday's win. You were not satisfied, but I think there's improvement there over the course of the last month and a half or whatever. I'm interested, based on the depth chart, you're moving pieces around, like Clive Truskell is starting this week, and so I understand the depth chart's written in pencil, but what are some things that you'd like to see your offensive line do better from an execution standpoint?
Well, we've really been emphasizing the run game, with them, and I think we're going. I'm very pleased with the output that we had, rush for 200 yards versus a really good Nichols defense. And now it's just the pass protection is where we're wanting to see some growth. And there's fundamental things that you want to see, but also being able to play as one. You got five guys there that got to handle twist. And so I just think the reps will come and they'll continue to keep getting better for the team.
You're giving more reps. It seems like I could be wrong on this. I haven't broken down the film, but it seems like to a guy named Zakeef Johnson in the secondary.
Yeah.
What's his story? Where's he from? All that kind of thing.
He was a late addition this summer from Independence Junior College. We felt like we just might need some more depth after Nalone went to K-State. And so we ended up picking him up, and it's kind of been a work in progress and trying to get him going. But I think he's steadily improving and gaining our confidence, so he's getting a little more reps.
Are you happier with the secondary play over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks? Do you see growth there?
I do. I'm at times. I mean, it looks great. I think it's just the inconsistency. We have an 80-yard pass play right before half that's just totally should never happen in Division I football, and you're just frustrated. But there's less and less of those, so I'm still hopeful that we'll continue to limit those big passing plays.
Okay. And last thing for me, it's kind of a weird schedule this year. This is your senior day on the first Saturday of November, which is kind of a little bit bizarre. If you could just kind of talk about that senior group that's going to be recognized and how they have influenced Southeast Missouri State football over the last 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, man, it's one of the things I'm going to talk about. Key to victory is just appreciate the people in your life. No one got here by themselves. It was always through others that got you here, and that's the impact game, which is this game also. And these seniors have had a profound impact on me, our program, and have just done a lot for this region. And so, it's crazy that this is probably their last game ever in Houck. And so I want to make sure that I enjoy them and hopefully they take in the moment and, process it. It's been a great career by these guys from a win total, but also just the impact that they've made.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Tukalicious.
Jake, any questions for
I
Coach?
do. So Tukalicious, is this the first time you've dressed up as Tukalicious? Is this the first outing that we've seen him?
Publicly.
Oh, okay. What other Halloween choices have you gone for in years past?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I've done. I've just gone out as Growly Coach Toop before, which was kind of easy to play. But most of the time it was just to be there with my daughters.
Is the team itself doing? Is the team itself doing any type of Halloween theme day activity, non-football?
Costume contest at 2:45.
What are you expecting to see from that contest?
So we're going to place 3 winners. At the end of the day, I want to see effort, right? Anybody could just throw a wig on. Like, I want to see somebody that has put the work in and prepared and came to that meeting ready to perform. And then you got to differentiate yourself. Like, you can't just pick something easy that everybody knows, right? Like something kind of off the wall, I think, is also important. But I'm looking forward to being one of the judges.
So I'm wearing a Matt Ryan jersey today for Halloween. Not sure if you're a Matt Ryan fan, but I want to know what pro football jerseys you have hanging up at home that you might have worn.
I'm not a big fan of wearing another man's jersey. I think there's something wrong with that. You do you, but I'm not putting another man's jersey on.
Okay, Coach, we'll talk some football. So I think just a clarity question for me. I was reading through the game notes. It's saying here Patrick Heichtert won his second career start, but he also played his first career game. So can you clarify on how many starts he's already had?
So last year he played in 2 games, but came off the bench 1 game and then started and played a full game. And then he played a half a game last week and then started and played the whole game versus Nichols.
So this week will mark his 3rd career start. Am I following that math right?
Yes.
Okay. I know you mentioned on the call last week that him and Paxton are similar type of players. What have you seen out of him now that he's had a nice handful of games under his belt, whether it be starting or in relief?
Yeah, I love his decision making. It's operated at a high level, hasn't turned it over. He on his first run, he trucked to safety and really ignited our bench, but you can't do that. That's the thing he's got to understand. It was on a strong shoulder and everything. We don't want to see number 3. Buddy, we're already down to you. Let's not see how good the next one is. So managing some of those hits and things like that will still be important.
I know Tom mentioned a moment ago the senior day finale coming up. You've been through this before, but this year, you got 14 seniors. You got a lot of people who won't be back next year. Is it some extra motivation for them to play well? Maybe get them some more playing time if possible in front of the hometown fans?
Sure. At the end of the day, it's much more than just playing. It's about relationships. It's about enjoying and reflecting on the impact that they've had and those type of things. But certainly we want to, pause and reflect through every one of those guys' careers and just make sure we appreciate them.
This week you get Robert Morris, a team that I don't think you guys have ever played before, and obviously they're new to the conference. What do you know about them? And obviously they got to make the long trip here, but what do they do? And maybe are they similar to any team you played in the past this season?
Well, I watched them last year. They were winless last year, but I watched them against Murray. And then this year they're a much improved team. They've already won 2 games, have been competitive in most games. And so I think coach has done a great job. You could start to see the team believing in his culture, and those guys are playing a lot harder and all those type of things. And, offensively, they lead the league in offensive passing touchdowns. They create a lot of takeaways. I think they created 16 takeaways. So there's a lot of challenges there, and just really looking forward to playing a team you really don't know a lot about.
I know when the season first started, first couple of weeks, you guys were losing tight games. Now all of a sudden you're winning tight games, right? You beat Eastern by a touchdown and EIU by a touchdown. Then you come back with a 4-point win against Nichols. Obviously something's changed, and you guys last year won a lot of those 1-score games went in your favor. This year kind of mixed. Do you feel now maybe you guys are getting on the right side of those one-score games?
Yeah, we're solving problems, getting better at things, and those are translating to those wins. I still feel like our Achilles heel is we don't play smart. We're 105th in passing or penalty yards. Even against Nichols, we roughed the punter, which led to points. We had an unsportsmanlike. So there's some things there that if we don't get better at, dumb teams don't win championships like that. That never happens. And so we gotta, that's one of our keys to victory this week is to play smarter as a football team.
And given the turbulent season, you guys, I don't want to say turbulent, but you got, at 4-4, obviously things could be much better, but not a bad spot to be in. And obviously at this point you control your fate. How much of that is any of that being talked about that, hey, we got 3 games left. If we can win out, we have a good shot at moving forward?
At the end of the day, if that's what you're focused on, you're not gonna play well Saturday. Like none of that has any bearing on anything. Like we got to be in the moment. We got, all great competitors start with respecting your opponent, respecting how hard it is to win a Division I football game, how hard it is to play well. And it's all about your preparation. If you're thinking about those type of things, then you're not preparing.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
You bet.
Thank you, Tukalicious. Please pass on a good luck to Coach Matukewicz when you see him later.
Thank you.